Hello everyone, girls and boys of all ages, from Vertical, the channel that accompanies you on your personal growth journey. Today's video focuses on Kabbalah, a fascinating world of ancient thought that has much in common with modern philosophies of spiritual growth. Kabbalah, is a Jewish mystical and spiritual tradition that explores the mysteries of life, the universe, and the relationship between humans and the divine. Its origins date back thousands of years, and it is believed to have established itself as an original philosophical thought starting from the interpretation of the most ancient Jewish texts, such as the Torah and the Talmud, and, although it developed mainly within Jewish culture, it has also influenced other religious and spiritual traditions. Through his teachings, he seeks to understand the nature of the universe, the relationship between the divine and the human, and the path of spiritual growth that each individual can take to achieve greater awareness and connection with spiritual reality. Kabbalah is intrinsically linked to the human desire to explore the mysteries of creation and find deeper meaning in life. In this video, we explore its history, core principles, esoteric practices, and how it can be applied to contemporary personal growth. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to the channel by hovering your mouse over our logo at the bottom right. The origins of Kabbalah date back to ancient times, but it was in the Middle Ages, between the 12th and 13th centuries, that this discipline took the form we know today. The first Kabbalistic texts were developed mainly in Spain and Provence, and were strongly influenced by Jewish tradition and the Torah through its mystical and symbolic interpretation. The fundamental texts of Kabbalah were written in the first centuries of the second millennium AD, such as Sefer Yetzirah, Book of Formation, Sefer HaBahir, Book of Clarity, but the most important is the Zohar, which is actually a collection of commentaries, or Book of Splendor, traditionally attributed to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, a 2nd century mystic. According to other sources, the Zohar was compiled and published in the 13th century by Moses de Leon, who may have written much of it or collected older oral traditions. The Zohar is a vast work that esoterically comments on the Torah, seeking to reveal the secrets hidden behind the sacred words. This text remains a pillar of Kabbalah and one of the most studied and meditated works by Kabbalists throughout the world. Another great exponent of Kabbalah is Isaac Luria, a 16th century mystic who developed the system known as Lurianic Kabbalah. Luria introduced innovative concepts, such as the Shevet HaKalim, breaking of the vessels, which explains how divine energy, in the process of creating the universe, caused the fragmentation of the original unity. This cosmic event gives rise to a spiritual mission for humanity, to repair the scattered divine fragments through the process of Tikkun Olam, repair of the world. Other important authors were Rabbi Moshe Cordovero, author of the Pardes Raimanim, an important text that seeks to systematize classical Kabbalah, and in the 20th century, Kabbalah saw renewed interest, thanks to a figure such as Rabbi Yehuda Ashlag, the Garden of Pomegranates, who translated and commented on the Zohar, making Kabbalah more accessible to a modern audience. One of the most important concepts in Kabbalah is the idea of the Ein Sof, which represents the infinite, unconditioned, transcendent God, which exists beyond human comprehension. The Ein Sof emanates divine energy through a series of processes and levels, culminating in the creation of the physical universe. This process is represented by the Sephirot, 10 divine emanations that make up the Tree of Life, a tree of 10 spheres that symbolizes the different qualities of God and His principles. The Sephirot, which we will explore in a future video, are spiritual forces that reflect the different aspects of God and the human experience. The 10 Sephirot are distributed in 3 columns or pillars: the pillar of mercy, the pillar of strength, and the pillar of balance. They are arranged in the Tree of Life and represent a spiritual path that the human soul can travel. Each Sephira represents an aspect, for example, Chakma, wisdom, Bina, understanding, Tiferet, beauty. The path through the Tree of Life is seen as a path of spiritual growth that brings the individual closer to God and an understanding of their divine nature. Practitioners think of the Sephirot as stages of spiritual development and work on them to balance the energies within themselves. For example, if a person feels too strict or rigid, they might focus on the Sephirot Chesed, mercy, to balance this tendency with love and compassion. Kabbalists visualize the Sephirot and imagine the flow of divine energy through them, from the highest spiritual world to the material world. This exercise not only elevates the practitioner's consciousness, but also helps him better understand his role in the universe and the forces that influence his life. The Sephirot, the 10 divine emanations through which God's energy is expressed, thus become a guide for self-perfection and spiritual growth. This inner journey is seen as the first step to creating positive change in the external world. A key tenet of Kabbalah is the idea that the universe and reality are holographic, meaning that every part of creation reflects the whole and contains information from the entire cosmos. This concept invites practitioners to work on their awareness and spirituality to achieve a deeper connection with God and the universe. Meditation, prayer, and the study of Scripture are integral parts of Kabbalistic practices, as is the analysis of numbers and letters, known as gematria, which gives symbolic meaning to numbers and words. Kabbalah is not only a theoretical philosophy, but also offers a series of esoteric practices that aim to transform the consciousness of the individual and connect him with divine energies. One of the most important techniques is meditation on the letters of the Hebrew alphabet, composed of 22 letters considered sacred, and each letter has a deep spiritual meaning, and on the 72 ineffable names of God. The words are seen as cosmic archetypes that carry within themselves creative and transformative powers. Kabbalah also includes the use of magical formulas, spells, and a wide range of esoteric spiritual exercises aimed at connecting the practitioner with divine energies and awakening higher levels of consciousness. Gematria, a system of numerological interpretation, is another esoteric practice used in Kabbalah. Gematria assigns a numerical value to each letter of the Hebrew alphabet, allowing Kabbalists to discover hidden connections between words, phrases, and concepts. For example, the word love and one have the same numerical value, 13, suggesting that love is the key to achieving unity with God. Tikkun Olam, or repairing the world, is a central concept in Kabbalah, calling on humanity to actively contribute to the improvement and healing of the world, linked to the theory of Shevrat HaKalim, the breaking of the vessels. According to this theory, the universe was created with vessels to contain divine energy, but due to the intensity of the light, the vessels broke and divine sparks spread throughout the physical world. The responsibility of reuniting these fragments and repairing the world lies with humanity, which, through righteous and spiritually conscious actions, can restore harmony to the universe. These sparks are found in everything material, and the human being, through his actions, can release them and bring them back to their divine source. This process of reconnecting with the divine light, known as Tikkun, is the basis of Kabbalistic spiritual endeavor. Kabbalah teaches that every human action can contribute to the repair of the world. Through acts of kindness, chesed, justice, tzedakah, and moral responsibility, humanity has the power to influence cosmic and spiritual balance. Mitzvot, or commandments in Jewish tradition, are considered essential tools to free the divine sparks imprisoned in the physical world. In this perspective, Tikkun Olam goes beyond the individual aspect. Every ethical choice has an effect on a universal scale, influencing the entire creation. Repairing the world is not just about external action, but also involves deep internal work. Kabbalah teaches that Tikkun Olam must begin with the transformation of oneself, correcting one's thoughts, emotions, and behaviors so that they align with the divine light. Today, the concept of Tikkun Olam has been expanded to include social and environmental issues. In this sense, the idea of repairing the world is interpreted as a call to work for social justice, sustainability, and peace. Jewish organizations and movements use Tikkun Olam as a guiding principle for volunteer, human rights, and environmental activities, seeing these actions as a way to express their spirituality and realize the Kabbalistic vision of a healed and harmonious world. This principle emphasizes that true spiritual growth cannot be separated from the commitment to improving the external world. Personal growth is not only an internal process, but must also be reflected in the way we treat others and the world around us. Tikkun Olam, therefore, represents not only a spiritual and personal commitment, but a project of collective transformation where care for others and for the planet becomes a reflection of the connection with the divine. Over the past few centuries, Kabbalah has also fascinated many outside of the Jewish tradition and has inspired esoteric, mystical, and even psychological schools of thought, such as the New Age movement. Today, there are also Kabbalah organizations and schools that appeal to a global audience, offering a more universal and accessible view of Kabbalistic ideas. In the last few decades, Kabbalah has also found resonance in the personal growth movement, particularly in relation to concepts such as manifestation and the power of positive thinking. Today, many people are approaching Kabbalah not only for its religious teachings, but also for its potential in the field of personal growth and spiritual development. Kabbalah offers a detailed map of human consciousness and the spiritual dynamics that influence our daily lives. Kabbalah is therefore not only a religious or mystical system, but can be considered a guide for personal growth. The search for enlightenment through Kabbalah requires deep work on oneself, which includes moral improvement, self-control, and the search for inner wisdom. Kabbalistic teachings offer a model of development that helps balance the inner forces and understand the role of the individual in the universe. Many people on personal growth paths approach Kabbalah for its esoteric teachings and the structured approach it offers. Kabbalah also promotes the idea of living in harmony with the cosmos and with others, a concept that resonates strongly with contemporary spiritual growth philosophies. Kabbalah is ultimately a mystical tradition that offers a profound understanding of the universe and human nature through a path of self-realization and spiritual growth. Its esoteric component of meditation, visualization, and mystical practice aligns with many contemporary personal growth philosophies, making it a powerful tool for anyone who wishes to explore the depths of consciousness and the self. If you feel that you have discovered something new today and you like the discovery, leave a like to this video. Any thoughts or insights you have in mind, write them immediately in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of each of our further publications. Also share it with your friends. May happiness always be your faithful companion.